What's up, Lions Nation? It is Victory Tuesday. It's Victory Tuesday today. I was a
Yes,
little under
sir.
the weather, so we had to bump today, Monday's show over one day, but we're both here doing good. So, Statman, what's up, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great. Lions have 10 wins now on the season. One win away from taking the NFC North title for the first time ever. I am freaking ecstatic.
Yeah, we have some topics to go over. We're going to look at the stats for the game. I didn't do the updated standings, but I'm sure things changed there as far as because Philly lost yesterday. So there's still a chance for Lions to get that number one seed in the NFC. It's still there. It's still available. Even though I was kind of mad last night, they didn't during that Eagles game, which was a good game. I don't know if anybody watched that or not, but
I watched the very end of it.
the commentators, they weren't when they were talking about the number one seed, they kept talking about Philly and Dallas, but they didn't say anything about Detroit, and that kind of made me mad because we're right there. So
We do have a chance. It's a very slim chance, but we have a chance to take the number one seed. And for that to happen, we need the Niners to lose to the Ravens this week. And then we need them to lose to either the Rams or the Commanders. They could lose either one of those games and the Ravens game.
I mean, they could. I think their biggest threat's going to be the Ravens for sure. I think the Commanders would have a tough time beating them. I really think there's only two options there for them to get beat.
Rams, Ravens.
Dane's in the house. Says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Dane?
What's up, brother?"
Before we get on a roll here, Statman has a little shout out he would like to do today.
I'd like to give a shout out to my mom. Just had her birthday today. Like I said again, I'm not good with ages. I'm good with birthdays. So I'm not even going to try to guess her age. But happy birthday, Mom. She's always been a supporter of the show. So just want to give that shout out.
I'm pretty sure your mom turned 29 today. Is that what they
Stop
say?
trying to butter her up, Andy.
Facebook user says, "What's up, fellas? What's up?"
How's it going,
And
Facebook user?
Statman, we on that March to 500 game 2 subscribers since our last show. So we are at 234. So thank you to the new subscribers that jumped in. Appreciate you.
We're on our way up. We're on our way there.
Candace says, "Happy birthday, Mom." No Dar yet, but I wanted to say something to him because just a second ago, he went through and liked every single post that was on our Facebook page pretty much. There's like 15 likes from him in a row on my notifications. I don't know what he was doing, but Perry says, "How did I get back to being a Facebook user?"
Who knows, Perry? Facebook is weird.
On the bottom of the screen, I wanted to put this on here because it's pretty big. Pretty big. NFL history. Sam Laporta made NFL history. First rookie tight end with at least 70 receptions, 750 receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns in his season. Awesome. Awesome. I seen that yesterday and wanted to share that today. Dar says, "I'm trying to get that jersey." Oh.
Figure there's a reason behind it.
Player stats: Jared Goff, 24 for 34, 278 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. Montgomery, 17 carries, 85 yards. St. Brown, 7 receptions, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. Laporta, 56 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 4 receptions, 47 yards. And Reynolds had 2 receptions for 41 yards. All right, so we got to talk. Before this game, we talked about this exact thing. The running game had to work. which opened up the passing game. You could see by the numbers, St. Brown was more involved, making huge plays. Laporta was involved. Both running backs had good games, and the offensive line played really well. And the guy that everybody's been hating on threw 5 passing touchdowns.
Guess what else? No turnovers.
0. Which we'll get to that, but yeah, 0. 0 turnovers.
You got to support your quarterback. They have slumps. They go into having bad games. Everybody's got to realize, too, that our offensive line hasn't been healthy.
Nope.
I think there was a stat, something like we're 5-0 with our full starting offensive line. When we have all 5 starters in, we are 5-0.
Dar made a point to me during the game. He sent me a message, and he said, just look at how much of a difference it is just with Ragnow coming back. One guy on the offensive line can make or break it, and that just shows you right there. But they were in full tilt. The Lions came out. I mean, it just looked good. It looked like what we've been used to seeing. Dar says, the first quarter, I wanted to stop watching the game with all the passing and punting going on. Just run the ball, he said. They did come out with a lot of play action right away. Right away. Which kind of, I was like, nah, like Dar, run the ball. And then, obviously, we seen what happened. Logan's mom in the house says, thank you, Candace, and hello, everyone. You might have missed it, but your son did do a shout out to you at the very beginning of the show. Dane says, first quarter, definitely sketch. Yeah, I mean, it did take him a second to get going. The defense tackles, Anzalone had 7, Malafanu had 6, Hutchinson 3. Yeah, sacks, Malafanu had 1, Pascal had 1, and forced fumbles, Malafanu had 1.
The biggest difference I've seen on defense, Melifonwu.
Mm-hmm.
How much difference that guy has made, especially in the blitz packages they were throwing in against Denver. It was crazy.
Not only that, but one thing that I have to give a shout out to this player that's in the top of the tackles, Anzalone. I swear, every single time there is a play ending, he's right there, either making the tackle or he's in it somehow. That guy is all over the place on that field. A lot of people, they don't say enough about him, I don't think, but that he's one of our top defensive players for sure. I don't think that defense would be the same without him playing.
Well, I remember a few folks calling him Annalise for a while. He's had 2 straight years of 100-plus tackles. I think the people saying that need the Annalise. Ease up their tight little sphincter there.
That's right. I think he's incredible. And then the defense, I think, played really good. They played really well. We got pressure. I think the defensive backs played okay. There was a couple passes that got loose there. But other than that, they played well like we want them to play. Come this week, you add Gardner Johnson back into the mix, which I think he's going to play because he can practice. So I don't see him not playing this week. It's going to be big for our defense.
And
Victor's in the house says, "What's up, fellas? Lions looked good." Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. We didn't get any help from Philly beating Seattle, but we don't need their help. Nope. Done relying on other teams to make our stamp in the playoffs. This week against the Vikings, it's time to handle business and take the NFC North title.
Yep. Just do it the way that we want. We should do it, and that's do it by winning, not by somebody else. I mean, I would take it if Seattle would have lost. I mean, it is what it is. We would have won the division, but either way, I'm actually kind of happy that Seattle won. I wanted to see Philly get beat there. That's my opinion on it. But That just helps us with the number 1 seed. I know it's going to be tough to get, but because we got to not only win, but we got to have a really good team lose twice, and that's going to be But one thing we did see helping us with the Dallas game is they played like crap, and they got beat by the run game pretty badly. That run game put a whomping on Dallas, so they got a weak spot, and it's called stopping the run.
Oh, yeah, they proved it. Every loss they've had, the other team, the opposing team, has ran the ball all over them.
Victor says we only need 1 win to lock in the division. Yep, that's going to happen this week when we play Minnesota.
Yeah, the number 1 seed is going to be tough to get. We're going to have to win out, and we need the 49ers to lose against the Ravens and either the Rams or the Commanders. They're going to have to lose one of those games as well.
Yeah, after seeing what happened with Dallas, I am way more confident now that we can beat them. I thought we could anyway, but I'm more confident seeing as how our run game is so good. Look at Gibbs. God, that guy is just amazing. Jahmyr Gibbs is absolutely a beast. Like, bye, Swift. Like, see you later, because we got ourselves a hell of a running back. Is Dallas away game for us?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's Saturday. I think it's a Saturday night game, too, that game. Another Saturday game. Primetime. Which is good because we are undefeated in primetime. Victor says, yes, it's away. Danny says, I think they are undefeated at home.
Yeah, it's time for them to take their first L at home.
Mm-hmm. Dar says, Gibbs and Laporta need to win me this fantasy trophy.
It could happen the way they played against Denver. If they keep playing like that, I think you pretty much got that game, that matchup locked up there.
I'm starting a little bit behind for this next week, but not too far. Not too far out of it. Game stats. First downs, the Lions had 29. The Broncos had 20. Third down conversion, Lions 5 for 10. Broncos 5 for 13. Fourth downs, the Lions were 1 for 1. The Broncos were 2 for 2. Total yards, the Lions had 448. Broncos had 287. Rushing yards, the Lions had 185. Broncos 83. Passing, the Lions 263. The Broncos were 204. Penalties, the Lions had 2 for 54 yards. The Broncos 4 for 40. Red zone efficiency, Lions 6 for 6, 100%. Broncos 2 for 3, 67%. Turnovers, 0 for the Lions, 1 for the Broncos. Time possession, Lions were 31-18, Broncos 28-42. Now, going back and seeing these again after I put them in, I think that's one of the key stat that I wanted to bring up was the red zone efficiency for us. We were 6 for 6, which that's been one of our bigger struggles this year is scoring when we get into the red zone, if I remember correctly. So
100%, you can't beat that. I mean, offensively, we did everything we had to do in that game. Yeah, we struggled in the first quarter because of the fact that first we weren't running the ball. If we would have ran the ball from the beginning, that game would have been a complete blowout. And the second thing I want to bring up is third quarter. Holy crap. We show up in the third quarter and we actually score. It's amazing.
As soon as that happened, I sent a message to your brother. I said, holy shit, we scored in the third quarter. But we did. We didn't come out and just blow it. They came out, played. And I agree with you. You mentioned that not running right away. If we would have started out running the ball, because all running the ball did was just open up the passing game for us that much better. And St. Brown got back involved. It just, a lot of guys were getting the ball passing, and it was because they couldn't stop us running at all. If we would have done that in the beginning, like you said, opened up that passing game sooner, that's why they got to stick to that no matter what. Just stick to that because it works. Victor says they played all 4 quarters. Yes, they did. I don't remember the last time that they scored a point in the third quarter. I don't remember if they said it at all during any of these games, but it's been a long time.
I don't know, but it was a while. I know that. I can tell you that.
It's been a long time. So, topic number 1 for today, could Dan Campbell, this has been something I've seen a lot of people talking about, so I wanted to bring it up. Your thoughts, Statman, on Dan Campbell getting Coach of the Year this year?
Absolutely, hands down, Coach of the Year. He clinches the NFC North title for the first time in franchise history. The last time we won the division was back when it was the NFC Central, when we had Tampa Bay in our division too. We've never won the NFC North title. So, yeah, I think you turn a team around in your third year, you win the NFC North title, get a home playoff game for the first time in I don't know how long. I mean, you have to give it to him. It's a give me.
I think so too, especially going from his first year, and whatever. What did we win that year? 2 games? And then all of a sudden flipping it around to now winning the division and possibly being the number 2, possible number 1 seed in the NFC. I agree. I think he deserves it. It's well deserved, and I think he should get it.
Hands down, 100%.
He should get Coach of the Century, winning us a division title for the first time ever, says Dar. We have had a lot of good coaches that couldn't get it done. Yep. There's something about that Dan Campbell and that recipe with him and the rest of them that came in, the GM, Brad Holmes. There's something about that combination that just completely turned this whole team around. But I honestly think it's the way Dan Campbell is. I think it's his attitude. I think it's because he's a former player and his respect for the game and his knowledge of the game. I think all of that and the way that he bonds with the players, I think all of that is what's making this team what it is right now. There's not a lot of coaches out there that are like Dan Campbell. And if you have a coach and you're a player and you have a coach that you actually want to play for and respect, you're going to play better for him and you're going to play hard every week. And that's what the Lions do. So 100%, I think that should happen. This one was yours. How do you feel about Goff after his 5 touchdown performance? So, Statman, break it down like this. What did we see differently from Goff this game than in the past? What was happening?
He was getting protected behind the line of scrimmage. He had a few hits, but not nearly as many as he had in the last 4 or 5 weeks. And it has to do with that offensive line being healthy. No quarterback in this league is going to be able to pass accurately every single time and not turn the ball over if they're getting hit constantly.
Yeah, and if you watched Goff play that game, some of those throws that he was making were really good, accurate, precise. Some of them were right through defenders' hands. Like, they were super accurate throws. Like, he was on his game. And when you give him time to do that, he's going to play well. So we know that Goff can play well, and we've seen it for all you doubters. I was kind of hoping people would comment and on their thoughts on that, but no, there we go. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Dane. Thinking the same thing, but I think I know what he's looking at. Number 3, what was the biggest difference in the game? The offensive line healthy or the defense turnaround?
I think it's both. Defense came out and played lights out, and our offensive line came out. Frank Ragnow being healthy definitely made a huge difference. He's the captain of our offensive line, and we need him. It just shows you how valuable he is to the team.
Yeah, it made a huge difference with him being in there. And that goes back to, again, it's the whole team playing as one. When they're all playing as one, the offense and the defense, you're going to get a team like that's going to be able and capable of winning games. And that's what we've seen. So I agree with you, the biggest difference in that game was both of them turning it around. Dar says offense, defense, and special teams all did their job. Yes, they did. It was a whole new O-line with him back, said Victor. Yep. Again, for everybody that just popping in, we did get up to 234 subscribers. So we gained 2 more. So thank you to all the new subscribers. This is our new time at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hope you all are remembering that and catching us. Thank you to all that have been subscribing as we are on that march to 500. We appreciate you. Oh,
yeah, we appreciate everybody. Don't forget to share, please. The more you share the content, the more people are apt to look at it. The more apt we are to get more subscribers. More subscribers means more giveaways. So let's try to get to that 500.
What is the giveaway currently?
Giveaway currently is the top person subscribed to our channel, liking our posts, and sharing our videos. And I am purchasing them a autographed jersey of a current Detroit Lions player currently on the roster.
I just want to be perfectly clear that I cannot qualify for this.
Yes, you do not qualify for this.
Shit. I do a lot of sharing.
Oh, I know.
A lot. Damn it. Come on. I'd probably be leading.
Why do you think Darwin on our page?
He literally, I had like, I don't know, 10, 15 notifications just now from him, like, all shit that he already liked already. So don't count that. He's cheating. I
also want to bring one more thing up. Don't be afraid to comment on our posts either. When we're asking for score predictions, things like that, we want to see your feedback. The biggest thing is having feedback from other fans, seeing what their thoughts are on things that we have questions about. We just kind of want to get an overall view of how people feel a game's going to go, or if we ask a certain question, of what the majority of fans feel like or think or whatnot. So just make sure you're being involved in the conversations.
And I am going to keep tagging at everyone in all the posts because everybody can see it that way. Don't care what certain people think.
I wonder if you know who is still part of our group or if he left.
I don't know. He commented on a post the other day.
Did he? Mm-hmm. I'm surprised he's still on it.
Mike B in the house says hello, hello. What's up, Mike?
How's it going, Mike?
Dar says, who was the closest to score predictions last week? You know, I looked at that because I had the same question because I thought somebody was really close, but I don't have it now. I don't have that information now.
My fiance, Angels, predicted 42-27.
Yep, she must have been the 40. I knew that somebody said 40 something, and I couldn't remember which one it was.
She was 10 points off. I was like, you were so close.
I went way too low. Way too low. So, I want to ask you do you remember who your in the zone player was?
Yeah, I picked Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he did well. So you were correct with your in the zone player. who had a great turnaround game. And I will say that touchdown he scored where he jumped in the air was freaking awesome. Just going to say that.
Well, I also said 10 catches and over 130 yards.
You
Fell
did.
short of that, but I did set a high bar for him.
I don't remember who I picked. I think it was Gibbs because I wanted to see him break that 1,000-yard marker for the season.
And you were correct, and you're in the zone player too, if that's the case.
I was.
Sam Laporta did a hell of a job too, and so did Jared Goff. I mean, you could even throw Ifitu Melifonwu in that conversation as well. Mm-hmm. That dude was playing lights out. 2 pass breakups, 8 tackles, the forced fumble, and a sack. I mean, he had a heck of a game at the safety position.
I think that, Montgomery brings one level of that running game, but I feel like Gibbs is becoming more and more dynamic every time he gets that ball. Every single time he just looks so incredible out there. I love watching him play. Dar said I said Gibbs and Laporta, and I was correct.
Yeah, he was right. And another thing too is in this league nowadays, you have to have that 2 running back combo. Mm-hmm. Running backs aren't built to last anymore, taking hits over and over and over again, being a 3-down back.
If you look at some of the teams that are up top, like look at Miami. They have
A-Chain and Mostert.
Yeah. Same type of deal. I don't know. I just think this for guys like Laporta and Gibbs for this season to have the season they're having, like going forward, I think that they are just going to get even better and just be even more amazing. I hope we don't get rid of Gibbs anytime soon, really.
What also tells you how good Brad Holmes is doing as far as assessing talent. Mm-hmm. Everybody hated on him, wanted him to get fired for him drafting Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round this year. I don't think they're saying that now.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know everything because I don't. But there's so many people that comment so negatively about dumb shit before they even know anything. Oh, well, you fire him because he drafted a running back. And look how this running back turned out.
Well, it's like everybody's mad about us having a 10-win season. It's like, be happy that we're progressing every single year.
Yeah.
Where do we start? 3 wins with Dan Campbell the first year? And then it went to 9 wins, and now it's at 10 wins right now, and we still have 3 games left.
Yeah, it's not even
And we could end up taking the title. Everybody wanted Campbell gone last year, a lot of these fans.
Because what do you call them again? It starts with a B.
Fair weather fans.
Or F. Yeah. They just need something to bitch about. I even seen people on Facebook still complaining about Jared Goff after that game he had. Come on, man. He played really good. Like, how can you say anything negative about him? I like the fact that Goff completed a pass to every pass catcher in his spread that ball, and he spread the ball around. Yeah, he did. I was kind of mad he didn't get Robinson at first, but now I'm good with Gibbs, said Victor. I think Gibbs is better than him. Really?
Well, statistically, they're about even.
Every time I hear about Robinson, he's not really doing a whole lot. Maybe he's gotten better since the season's been going, but from what I've seen, he wasn't. So we got about a minute. Going forward, Minnesota, Dallas, Minnesota. Then we go into the playoffs. The team that we seen this past game, if that team shows up in the playoffs, I think we can win some playoff games. I think we can win those games.
I think we can make a run to the Super Bowl with that team that we've seen against Denver.
Plenty capable. Now, was it just Denver? A lot of people are saying that, you guys just played Denver. Yeah, who's been playing really well. So, whatever. Robinson could have been a good fit in Detroit.
I agree. He could have been. I just don't think we had a chance at him. Atlanta was higher than us in the draft order. and they already knew they were taking him right off the rip. So I don't think we realistically had a chance at him. And Brad Holmes was ecstatic when he found out that Gibbs went down all the way to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember seeing the war room when they drafted Gibbs. They were all stoked when they found out that he fell to him.
He knew. He knows what he's doing when it comes to getting players. Look at Sam Laporta. I even
Aaron
think that
Donald.
Jack Campbell is going to be really good, I think. He's still got to progress some, but I think he's going to be a good linebacker.
He's also the one who drafted Aaron Donald in L.A.
Yeah, and look at Aaron Donald.
And Cooper Kupp.
He's got an eye for it, and he's using that eye to build up this team to make a great football team. Victor says, no, we traded back. Could have had Robinson. Yeah, I thought we did trade down and get Gibbs, and that's why people were pissed, because we traded down and took another running back. But, again, he had a plan. He took Gibbs, and then what did they do? Adios, Swift. Like, they already knew that they were going to do that was going to happen. That was the plan all along.
And to be honest, Swift is good. He's one of the better running backs in the league. But at the end of the day, it's a business decision.
Yep.
Pay less money for the same talent with a rookie, or give Swift a huge contract and keep him with Detroit, and possibly he gets hurt.
You know, he hasn't been hurt too much, I don't think, over in Philly, which is good for him. But I'm not complaining, because I think the running back duo we have right now is the best one we've ever had at all in Detroit, besides obviously Barry.
I honestly think all the other teams in the NFC are overrated in the playoffs. I think Dallas is overrated. I think Philly's overrated. San Francisco is questionable too. They lost to some pretty poor teams this year, where it's like, what happened? But we did the same thing. We lost to Green Bay and Chicago. If we wouldn't have lost to Green Bay and Chicago, we'd be sitting at 12-2 right now.
Yep. We'd probably be number one. But that's a really good point. I know we're past, but your point there is really good. Every single one of those teams has shown weakness. We have, San Francisco has, Philly. Look at Philly last night. They did not look that good. I mean, if Hurts is off or whatever, that team doesn't play as well.
Hell, the Rams and Stafford could end up making a run through the playoffs too. Mm-hmm. They got Cooper Kupp back, and they're firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Crazy run to the end. Well, that's it for tonight, buddy.
Appreciate everybody.
We'll be back. This week is a Sunday game, so we'll be back Friday or Saturday at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
to get you all ready for the Vikings game. For myself and the Stat Man and Weird Lions Nation podcast, thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys later this week.